First, the US election has been thrown into chaos after Donald Trump was shot in an attempted assassination at a rally in Pennsylvania.
Take a look at what happened.
He's on top of the roof. Don't go over there. He's on the roof, buddy.
Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this.
On Saturday evening, Donald Trump was injured during an attempted assassination at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
A little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Move to the spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move.
Up.
Move. Go.
Up. Hawkeye's here.
Hawkeye's here. Move to the spare.
Spare, get ready. Spare, get ready.
We ready?
Down. Down.
Are we good? Shooters down. Shooters down. Are we good to move?
Shooters down. We're good to move.
Clear.
We're
Let's
clear.
move.
We're clear.
Let's move.
We're clear.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay. My shoes down. My shoes. Watch out.
Gunfire erupted from an elevated position, injuring Trump and resulting in the death of one spectator and critical injuries to... The shooter was identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks, age 20 years. Thomas Matthew Crooks was named by the FBI as the subject involved in the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. A voter registration record showed that he was registered as a Republican. Matthew was a resident of Bethel Park in Pennsylvania. He appears to have graduated in 2022 from Bethel Park High School. He even received a $500 star award that year from the National Math and Science Initiative, according to the Tribune-Review in Western Pennsylvania. He was armed with an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. Multiple witnesses said they saw him before the shooting and alerted authorities.
Eyewitnesses tell us that the shooter actually climbed a building just to the left of the American flag that you may be able to make out just over my right shoulder. That man opened fire earlier this evening while the former president was delivering a speech.
Crooks was positioned on the roof of a building about 130 yards away from the stage where Donald Trump was addressing the rally. He was shot dead by Secret Service officials after the attack on the 78-year-old former US president. Police said Crooks' motive behind firing on the presumptive Republican presidential nominee is unclear. Witnesses reported hearing 7 or 8 shots shortly after Trump began speaking. Trump, with visible blood on his face, encouraged the crowd to fight as he was rushed away. He later described the moment he was shot, emphasizing the immediate realization of danger and the significant bleeding he experienced. The event has drawn widespread condemnation, with political leaders from both sides expressing outrage. President Joe Biden, who spoke to Trump after the incident, condemned the violence and called for unity.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this.
Stating that no place in international leaders also voiced their shock, with various prime ministers calling the incident tragic. The shooting highlights the escalating political violence in the US, exacerbated by intense polarization and heated rhetoric. Biden's campaign temporarily paused communications in response to the Meanwhile, GOP figures suggested that Biden's political discourse contributed to the climate leading to the attack. As the investigation unfolds, Attorney General Merrick Garland pledged full resources to the FBI-led inquiry. Prominent Democrats, including Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, condemned the violence, underscoring the urgent need for a collective stand against political aggression. The incident marks a significant moment in the current election cycle, occurring less than 4 months before the presidential election and just ahead of the Republican National Convention.
Saw him, Trump duck behind the podium, and then a Secret Service pile on top of him, and we heard the shots.
More like what we heard, the bullets rattling around the grandstand. One hit the speaker tower, and then chaos broke. We hit the ground, and the police converged to the grandstands.